Hello everyone, myself Dhruvi Gohil, and in this video I will be discussing about mathematics in neuroscience. As we all know that mathematics has a vast application in everyday life. So as our brain has trillions of neural network connection, it's almost impossible to study and understand it without using mathematics. These brain connections can be seen as what we call in mathematics graph, and to automate this study, machine learning might be useful. So now let's discuss what are graph theory and machine learning and then their application in neural science. So first graph theory. Graph theory is the study of graphs which are mathematical structures used to model pairwise relation between objects. It has mainly two components, edges and nodes. There are typically two types of graph, directed graph and undirected graph. Undirected graph has edges with no direction, whereas directed graph has edges with direction. Now let's go through some of the important graph theories that will be used afterwards. So first, clustering coefficient. Clustering coefficient is a measure of the degree to which nodes in a graph tend to cluster together. In short, it is the number of the triangle in undirected graph. Now modularity. Modularity is a measure of the density of connections within a modular community. Modularity and clustering coefficients are significant in studying small word networks of brain and understand the functioning of connections. Now let's talk about small word connections. So small word network is a class of graphs where nodes with different modularities are not neighbor of each other, but they can be connected via more than one steps. Lattice type structure in human brain would slow down the functionality of brain. Entirely random connection in a brain would be pointless to traverse to close region of interest. Small word networks are thus the perfect balance between these two structures, which makes the brain function just the way it should. Now shortest path length. Shortest path length between two vertices in an unweighted graph is the minimum number of edges we need to go across in order to go from first vertex to another. Two parts of brain could be connected via a number of paths, but in a functioning of the brain, the shortest path from reaching an part to another part would be the efficient path. Now Pearson coefficient. The Pearson correlation coefficient identifies the extent of interconnection between two variables. It can be measured by this given formula. The value of this Pearson coefficient will determine how strong the connection are between two parts of our brain. Now let us talk about adjacency matrix. It is the representation of finite graph structure through 2D matrix. To represent the functional connection between the parts, we can use the adjacency matrix. Now let's talk about machine learning. Machine learning is mostly dominated in three categories. First, supervised machine learning, second, unsupervised machine learning, and third, reinforcement learning. Here in supervised machine learning, the data and labels are provided by humans such that Machine can predict previously unseen data by comparing it with known data. While in unsupervised machine learning, the machine itself discovers hidden structure from data. The training data have no labels. Reinforcement learning is the machine learning training method based on rewarding desired behaviors and punishing undesired ones. Now let's see how we can examine our brain network using graph theory and determine about neurological disorders. So first, schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a mental disorder which affects chronic, severe mental disorder that affects the way a person thinks, acts, expresses emotions, perceives reality, and relates to others. Here are the characteristics of the brain network which is affected by the schizophrenia. Graph of such brain shows properties like lower degree and strength of connectivity, lower clustering coefficient, longer path length, greater diversity of functional connectivity, cortical nodes, reduced node degree, abnormal modularity, increased global efficiency, and ruggedness. Now, major depressive disorder. Major depressive disorder is one of the world's leading mental health issues which causes low mood, low self esteem, and loss of interest or pleasure in normally delightful activities. It can sometimes causes delusion and hallucination to the patients. MDD patients showed increased local efficiency and modularity. A significant impact of MDD was also seen on brain regions involved in emotional and cognitive functions. These results provide new and important insight into the neural correlates of MDD. So here, now I am concluding my topic. I will specially mention here Wikipedia and IEEE sites as we took some references from there. Thank you from me and my team.